And we're back. Welcome to Six of Swords Tarot. It's your girl, Birdie. And, oh no, I think I just dropped the King of Swords. Oh no. Let me find him. Oh no, it was the Two of Cups. Meow meow. Interesting. Welcome in, welcome in. Ooh, actually, I know what I can do. Well, let me do this first. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, welcome in. The list is open. Spirit, please open me up to be a clear channel so I can deliver messages for the greater good. Archangel Michael, please protect this live stream. Welcome in, guys. Make sure you like the stream. is it going? Moon is in Cancer tonight. While we're waiting, I'm actually going to assemble something in which I'm also going to start doing this, I think, for clients. I think I'm going to start doing custom ritual candles for people. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but anyway. I'm going to do it. All right. Perfection. It's already on the top. And this, I actually think I'm going to you know what? I think I'm gonna do it like this. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you are all well. I think I'm gonna do this way. The list is open. In the meantime, I am doing a little candle crafting here for a ritual for a friend, actually. Jessica, let's get into it. Jessica, go ahead and post your questions. Let's do it, boo. All right, Spirit, let's get into Jessica's energy here. Let's get into Jessica's energy. 2 questions. Let's do it. Yeah. We sure can. Move my snake out of the way. Spirit, let's tap into the relationship between Jessica and M. Jessica and M. Show me that energy, Spirit. Show me that energy. 1. Queen of Wands. 2. I want to pull these 2. There's some type of truth. Let me move these cards. There's some type of truth that caused a ruckus here. Those are their initials. Oh, not me, between M and I. My bad. I'm sorry. Should I reshuffle? Maybe not. Jessica, let me know what you want. To keep going or reshuffle here. My call. Shit. I mean, the energy is the energy, right? I don't really like to redo anything. There is some type of, I'm going to clarify it. How about that? I'm gonna layer 2 over this because I'm gonna shuffle from another deck and put it over this. But I'm just gonna start with this reading. There seems to be some type of truth and a power struggle between these two. And there was some type of truth that caused a ruckus. There was some type of truth that caused some type of breakdown. I don't think that... I very much feel like this thing can be healed, but I feel like there are different truths and different value systems between these people. I do think that there is hope for like resolution, reconciliation here. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, Six of Wands. There's definitely like positive room for repair in this connection, but I feel like there is some type of breakdown. This breakdown also could have to do with family or money. Wow. Okay. I'm actually going to layer on top of this just for funsies, which I don't think I've ever done this, but we had to clarify because, you know, Spirit, show me the energy here. What is the energy between M and I? They will come to a resolution here, I feel. Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. I mean, they're looking at each other, and the truth and the Tower is in the middle. Is this a make it or break it? Spirit, show me where things go from here. I'm also getting the energy of like, this feels so stupid. Like things were once so bright, and this feels like there's such an easy solution here. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, and I also feel like this relationship is a burden. This second round of cards isn't as positive feeling as the first round. So the Ten of Wands, I feel like they're ultimately, I don't know that these people are going to stay together forever, because when it comes down to having different values and morals, a lot of times that doesn't work out long term. But the energy of them is that I think that they will try to repair things before, but the world shows that I feel like they could get back together for a while, but I don't think they're like end game forever person, because I think there are underlying issues in the relationship. Ten of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. I think trust has been broken in this relationship. I feel like there's a lot of impatience, and I think there's a different value system. And someone cares a little bit more than the other one as well, is kind of what I'm seeing. Let me see what else here. Because someone is like, la-da-da, I'm the fool. And then there's another person who's like, I'm carrying this Ten of Wands for the both of us. There could also be a different Libra moon in the 8th house. There's something about money here that you may not even know about, but there could be something that where it's like the female makes more, or something doesn't seem to be equal in terms of how they're earning, and I know that's the 8th house, but the 8th house deals with other people's money. She cooks and cleans, but the house is a mess. I think that they're gonna try again, but I feel like one person is carrying all the weight, and the other person's like la di da, and we feel different. We feel very differently about work and resources, and the other person is like in the trenches over here. I think they will have a resolution, but they might break up again. The weird thing, hey Virgo, hey SB, the weird thing with these two is like I feel like neither one of them is ever fully, completely all in. And I think it's going to stay that way. Yeah, I know people like that. I don't understand. Yes, it's like he's the king of pentacles and she's the fool. He's like, I'm slaving away over here. I'm like busting my back making all this money, and you're over, like, you can't even run the dishwasher. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, eventually enough is going to be enough. Long term, which we kind of went a little above and beyond on this reading, but I feel in the short term, I think things will get better for a while, but I don't think that they're going to stay together forever, is how I feel. I will leave that with you. Let me know your next one, BB. Welcome in, guys. If you're called to donate, let me know. I brought the moon baby out. I was playing with that over the weekend. Welcome in. She's not pulling her weight. Glad when they break up, she can start doing. Well, and she may have to at some point. Well, you know that 9 of Pentacles is like a woman making her own money. So at some point, she is going to have to figure out how to make a way for herself. So I will leave that with you. Welcome in. Make sure you guys like the stream. Helps out the channel. Right now, I just got, we got one from SB. Thank you so much. And I'll be on tomorrow as well. List, I have Jess, and then I have Virgo for 2. Welcome in, guys. Hold on one second. If I restart my candle shop this year, ooh, I was just about to start making a candle actually, and then you guys jumped on. That's awesome. Throwing this out there, I think I'm going to start doing custom candle orders for rituals for people, just FYI. I have to figure out how I'm going to do all of that stuff, but anyways, let's keep on keeping on. If I restart my candle shop this year, do you see it being profitable? Didn't you have an Etsy shop? I remember that. That was years ago though, right? I feel like that's when I was first, like my first couple years online. Jeff, you've been around with me for a long time. You're like one of the OGs, I feel like. All right, Spirit, let me get into Jess's energy. Let's look at her candle business, Spirit. Show me the energy. Will it be profitable? I want to shuffle one more time. Will it be profitable? Will it be profitable? Will it be profitable? Okay. I feel like, So I have the Five of Pentacles here, Hangman, Three of Swords. Not a great sign. I'm going to keep it very honest with you. We do have the Emperor here. So like if this is something that you're dreaming about, this is something you're truly passionate about, I am not here to kill your dream. What I think this is telling us is we have the Wheel of Fortune, Page of Pentacles, Hangman, Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. I kind of feel like there's something in addition to candles, or there's something about the business that needs to change. Whatever you were doing like as is, I feel like that model isn't as profitable as maybe you wanted it to be, and I feel like it would kind of fall in the same vein of like where things were. But I feel like there needs to be a little bit of an investment up front, and also the Wheel of Fortune, there needs to be some change. That's good to know. Definitely not something my heart is longing for. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been so long. So, you know, the Emperor, I think I see you as potentially bringing in multiple streams of income, not just one thing. I wanted to, yeah. Well, but you're thinking in the right way, Jessica, though, because we have the Emperor here. I think there are ways for you to have multiple I can't even talk. Multiple streams of income without leaving your home. Do you know what I'm saying? Like whether it's a job working from home, or you know, doing multiple things, candle business plus, you know, whatever else it is that you do. But there are, and don't listen to the naysayers of everyone's like, I'm living in a storage unit, eggs are $10 a cart. Like, people are still living life, and it is still possible to work from home and bring in adequate money. Even though inflation, you just have to do it in a new way, in a new, fresh way. I feel like, let me see what the Astro Dice say. Spirit, show me advice for Jessica's candle business. What is the advice here? You may have a friend, and it may not be something that's happening right now, but I feel like at some point this year, maybe even by the fall, there could be another job opportunity or something that, some type of work from home thing that a friend recommends to you. This is Leo, Venus and Leo in the 11th house. And Venus represents money. Leo is doing something kind of in a bold way. 11th house of friendship and acquaintances, or I mean social circle rather. So I feel like there's more than one avenue for you, if that makes sense. But picking up the candle business where you left it off, changes need to be made for it to be profitable. Something needs to be changed. I don't see it being super profitable, not with the Five of Pentacles. The way that, however you had it set up before. And if it's a fun creative outlet for you, like, do it. But if your goal is to make money, I think there's more than one thing that you can do. Cool. All right. Thank you so much, BB. I really appreciate you. I could drink this candle right in front of me. I feel like I keep saying that. All right. SB is up, or AKA Virgo. Oh, I think you posted on... Thank you so much, Jess. I so appreciate you. All right, Virgo wants to know. Let me go to my PayPal. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. All right. Oh my gosh. Yay. I want to see pics for sure. I don't think I think maybe you sent some in the beginning. But yeah, or when you, like, right after you, I don't know if you sent me any right after you had her, maybe. Anyway, thank you, Jess. Take care. All right. All right, Virgo, let's get into it. Virgo, number one. Oh my gosh. Why is this doing? How am I doing as a mother to my son? Oh my gosh. All right, let's do it. So, I very much see you as like a security blanket for him. Give me one. I'm just going to sit in your guys' energy for a second here. I see you very much as a security blanket for him. But in a very, very healthy way. Um, you are definitely like his go-to person, and I feel like the dynamic is, I think that you guys have a very special bond that not every parent child has, to where you almost, like, you're able to be the parent, but I also feel like in some ways you're a friend. Like, I feel like some things wouldn't, it's like nothing is really off limits. Like, you can come to me and talk to me about whatever, and you are able to make him feel like very comfortable. And I know he's young, but I feel like that is going to carry on. And I also feel like it's like there's no secrets. Like, I'm just gonna tell you, and we can figure these things out together. And I feel like he's really going to appreciate that as he continues to grow older. Spirit, show me, yeah, King of Wands. You're a leader. And you also, wow, yeah, you're a leader. You're a very warm and loving energy, but you also know when it's time to slow down and teach them like life lessons. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, if I did something bad, like, you're not just going to be like, sit in the corner. You're going to sit there and explain to them, this is the perspective on this, and this is why, you can't do this, or whatever it is. I also feel like if he deals with any type of anxiety or anything like that, it's like he immediately, Eight of Swords, when he sees you, it's like you're just this warm rush of, I don't know if he's a fire sign. I feel like you guys actually have, um really, you guys may have really compatible charts. I don't know if you've ever done your synastry, but I just kind of feel like you guys are like two peas in a pod, really. But if he deals with any type of anxiety when he's with you, it's like, okay, I have my mom, and I feel fine now, and everything is golden, everything is warm again. But he definitely sees you as a leader. You are being a good leader, the King of Wands. You're leading with your heart, you're leading with warmth, and you are doing the damn thing. You're not, you are definitely seen as a leader, and not he's a Scorpio, but all the rest of it's Sag. Interesting. Yeah, and Virgo and Scorpio typically do pretty well together, in my opinion. Um, it really does depend on the rest of your chart, but that's my take on that. What is it that I'm trying to say here? Spirit's showing me. This is going to be a weird analogy, but stick with me here. When people get a puppy and the puppy kind of like doesn't respect them and walks all over them? that is not you. He sees you as, if you feel like there's moments you're like, you said he's very strong-willed. Well, he's a Scorpio. So here's the deal. And he's a boy. So you still are the leader. You still are the authoritarian, but you're doing it in a respectable way. So there may be moments where you're like, I feel like maybe, does he see me as a peer, or does he, but no, he definitely sees you as an authoritarian. But I definitely feel like he's going to try to test boundaries here. And he may, if he does deal with any type of anxiety stuff, I think you just kind of wash all of that away. There may even be moments, because he's a Scorpio, in Virgo, it depends on the rest of the chart there, but there may be moments where he just wants to sit with you, and he may not even want to talk. He just wants to like sit and be. And that's important time too, if that makes any sense at all. We have the King of Swords, King of Cups, beautiful energy, 7 of Swords, and 5 of Pentacles. We have the Strength card here at the top of the deck. Lots of Leo energy. I don't know why in this reading. Hold on. So the King of Cups is Scorpio energy. And then we have the King of Swords. I feel like he is very smart. And he definitely looks up to him. I feel like you wear a lot of hats for him. You're the emotional support. You're the driving force pretty much behind everything. The only king I don't have here is the King of Pentacles, which is interesting because you are an earth sign. I actually don't, oh no, here's the 5 of Pentacles. I think quality time with him, again, even if you're not speaking, is a really big deal. There are going to be things, I want to make sure I'm answering your question. I'm going to reread your question in a second here. I just want to channel what's coming out. With the 7 of Swords, this is him figuring things out, sometimes in his own way. There may be moments where he like gets in trouble or pushes boundaries, but I feel like this is all in his own learning. I can tell you from personal experience as someone with, I'm actually Scorpio Sag cusp, and I was a very wild and emotionally troubled Scorpio child. I was actually very quiet, but then, I went through a rough period, but after I turned 30, I feel like, and I know it's a long way away, but I feel like after he hits his Saturn return, he's really going to, that's really when I feel like Scorpios mellow out. Because we're very complicated. We are very, very, very complicated creatures. So what do I have on the top of the deck here? We have Strength, and we have the Knight of Wands. He is very much a quality time person. He doesn't really care about the material things, which is interesting because that's kind of how Scorpios, again, it's the 8th house. And he just wants you. He just wants the quality time. He's like the star of the show here. I know, but let me answer your actual question here. I just wanted to talk about that. So how am I doing as a mother? He just likes to be outside. Yeah, he doesn't care about. So if you ever worry that like, oh my God, I can't, do this, or we can't do whatever, it's like, he just wants to chill. Like, he doesn't care about, money matters and things like that. It's more about conversation and quality time and just, just being there and having that warmth. So how are you doing as a mother? Well, I would say that you're a hell of a leader because I have 3 kings here. The Sun, you're bringing the warmth. Even when you are feeling anxious and you are overthinking, it's important for you to have support as a mom because you are mothering him, but who is taking care of you. So, and that could look like therapy, or that could look like a women's group, or whatever it is. But I think that you are showing him how to do things the right way. The other part of this is you know, when you get to a point where he gets a little bit older and he's making more decisions, even if he makes a wrong decision, that's not because of you, that's because of his own free will. And I think a lot of parents, and I'm not saying that he's going to be doing that, but with the Seven of Swords, like, he could do something sneaky, or he could push some boundaries, and you just, you deal with it in the moment, right? Because I feel like a lot of parents, even when their kids are really older, and I'm a cat lady, so take this with a grain of salt. I've never changed a diaper in my life, and I don't intend to. But just with the clients and people I've talked to, like, people who get really worried about their kids, they're like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? And it's like, we have free will. All the things that I did wrong, I take accountability for my own damn self. It wasn't because of what my parents did or didn't do. Like, sure, they sucked, but, like, you know, the good and bad choices, like, I'm not giving them credit for the good things that I did, other than put fear in my, anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But there may be moments where I think that you are fighting hard behind the scenes so that he doesn't see you sweat. I think there's times where you feel lonely. I think there's times you question yourself and you're in your head. I don't think he sees any of this. He sees you as the King of Wands, the King of Swords, the King of Cups, but sometimes you're over here in your head and you're worried. So you got to make sure you're doing what you can do to support yourself right now. Let me see what else I have here. I'm going to use the Lenormand in this reading, even though it's not a romance. I mean, Lenormand I can use for anything. I just particularly like the artwork in the romantic one, but I'm going to use it anyway. Spirit, show me the energy here. We have freedom. Giving him, a Scorpio wants the freedom to be and do things, and Scorpio is sometimes you gotta F around and find out for yourself, and even as much as you teach him, he's still gonna want to try it himself. We have good luck here. Maybe he's a lucky duck. And we have transformation. So I definitely, you know, Scorpios are the sign of death, rebirth, and transformation. He may be someone who's really lucky, where, like, he wins things a lot in his life. That might be something that you see kind of follow him, which is kind of cool. And allowing him the freedom to, like, make certain decisions, or he feels like you're an anchor to him, which is really beautiful. That's a really beautiful symbolism here, especially at this age. Tower, he's looking up to you, and and also know that, like, he chose you. Out of all of the souls, he chose you to, this is a very fated thing, he chose you to have this life. Now, the Tower talks about, in the Lenormand it's very different, so it's not bad. The Tower talks about institutions, so this could be like a place of education, or this could be like a healthcare hospital or facility or some type of thing. So I don't know if that is significant with you guys at all, but I feel like some really fated things are going to be happening this year, and you're doing the best you can, and just give yourself some grace and ask for help if you need it. Hey, Kendra. Yeah, let me roll the Astro dice. Spirit, show me, how is she doing as a mother? Spirit, show me. 10th house. Aquarius in the 10th. I think you're fair. I think you're honest, and I think that you are rolling with the punches the best that you can, and I think other people respect the way that you parent. 10th house. I think your reputation, you know, Aquarius is the humanitarian, and it is fair, and I feel like that's how people view you as well. Sorry, I know he became the star, but I just had to get that out, so. There's that. All right. we're going to move on to, thank you so much, Kendra. We're going to keep on keeping on with, you know, I want to go back to the moon baby. Thank you. All right. Let's get into question number 2 is, B is coming to visit me in July. How will our time go together? I haven't seen him in 8 years. So on my list, I have Virgo and Kendra. All right. All right, Virgo. All right, Spirit, show me. I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be fun. Let me see what else we have going on here. Yeah, it's a happy reunion. 10 of Cups. King of Wands. Death. The Star. High Priestess, Knight of Pentacles, and the 8 of Wands. Beautiful. And we have the 3 of Wands. This is something you guys have been talking about for a long time, I feel like. The 2 of Cups, wow, at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this is something that you guys have been talking about for a long time, or thinking about for a long time. He feels like this is definitely a time of need for you. King of Wands, he wants to show up and be here for you at this time. With the Star, he's like, this is the right thing to do. I want to go there. I want to be there. I want to spend time with you, okay? It's going to be a very pleasant experience. I also feel like you will be, you're going to be having a lot of conversations, a lot of deep conversations about the future and how things look. And not only like, you're going to be having deep conversations about life, but also conversations about like, well, like, what are we, and like, what does this look like down the road? And I definitely think there is love there. Like, I think that there is, I always pick that up with you guys. Like, I feel there is genuine, what is the word that I'm looking? There's a genuine fondness that you guys have for each other, and that is never going to go away. But I feel like it's all about how realistic can this connection be. Does that make sense? So overall, I think things are going to go very smoothly. It's going to feel also very natural. But in terms of like you guys as a couple with the 2 of Cups, and it's interesting, there's the Empress here. The King of Wands and the High Priestess are not the, I wouldn't call them the best pair in the deck. The High Priestess can be very commanding and in her own energy, and is traditionally a single woman. And the King of Wands is, you know, he's going to go after what he wants. So what I would say, my advice to you, my friend, if this is a man that you like truly want to be with, let him be the King of Wands and let him lead, and be the High Priestess. And I know it's not the Empress, but it's a similar vibe where you got to sit back and be in your feminine and let him lead, and let him show you how he cares about you. Let him prove to you that he really wants to be with you, if this is the direction that you guys want to go in. I feel like it would take a lot of time, patience, conversation, understanding. There may be moments where you're kind of like overthinking things again. 8 of Swords, I can imagine with what you've been through recently, you're probably, you know, dealing with a lot. So all of this makes sense. Spirit, let me see. We have Aries, Sun, in the 12th house. I think you guys may have some conversations about things that you've never talked about before, which could be a little bit surprising. There's something being illuminated in the 12th house. I also feel like he's going to give you a lot of attention that maybe you haven't been used to getting recently. I don't think it's going to be necessarily like overwhelming, but it's just going to be like, wow. Welcome in, guys. Make sure you guys like. Nothing is yet set in stone fell out of the deck. And I would agree with that. Look at the big picture. What do you need to release? And this is kind of similar to nothing is, you know, yet set in stone type of energy. So this is kind of, it's a check-in of like, where are we at? How realistic is this situation, you know? Let's get some advice for you. But I think it's going to be, you're going to get a lot of attention, lots of conversations. He might even physically tempt you at some point. Just throwing that out there with the King of Wands. Do what you want to do with that information. What is up with all these little crown things? What does that mean? Oh, community leaderboard. I don't even know what this. I don't even know how do you do YouTube. I just show up here. I don't know how all this works. Okay, there is always enough. Know that whatever you need is going to flow to you, and it's going to be okay. Whether that's money, whether that's love, whether that's relationships, like you are going to be taken care of and just keeping yourself in a positive flow mindset. Watch and wait, exactly. And we have time for a beginner's mind. You could approach it like it's something new if you guys, you know, do choose to go forward, but this watch and wait seahorse energy, I would really just let him, if he wants to be the King of Wands, let him be the King of Wands, sit back and see what he does. So that's what I have for you. I think it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a very enjoyable time. And the Three of Wands, ships are coming in literally if he's traveling from far away. So I will leave that with you. Thank you so much, Virgo. All right, up next we have Kendra. Kendra. Let's do it, girl. Let me see what you want to get into. All right, Kendra, let's do it. General. Let me grab a different deck. Let's go back to this. Hi, baby girl. All right, general reading for Kendra. Queen of Swords flew out. Did you tell somebody off? Just kidding. All right, girl, let's get into this. Ember May. Oh my God, she's gonna climb in that closet. It's fine. All right. Spirit, show me what's going on with Kendra. Show me Kendra's chakras. Let's get into her energy. They're taking me right to your sacral chakra, and it's time for you to, this is going to sound kind of gross. I almost feel like you're in some type of like birthing process where you are beginning something and it feels a little bit uncomfortable. You're beginning something and it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I really feel like the energy right now, there's a lot of air and fire energy out in the chart at the current moment. And I think that's going to do well for you. And if you're feeling a little awkward right now, if you just hang in there, I think energy is really going to pick up for you, even within the next month. Yeah, you said change can be uncomfortable for sure. Spirit, general reading for Kendra. We have 3 of Pentacles. But things are coming in. Here you are, the Star. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Beautiful. 10 of Swords, leaving something behind. And there's, big changes. 10 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Major, massive changes. Part of these changes are new people and new collaborations and just interacting face to face with, or however you collaborate with people, which I am feeling like just new people in your life in general, whether that's social life or work life, but things are more harmonious. People want to work with you. People want to work with you in a way where you guys can achieve a common goal and get things done. And I'm seeing you being treated with respect while you're doing it, which is great. The 10 of Swords, you're like, I'm so ready to leave this behind, but the Wheel of Fortune can take a little bit of time. Boom. Right into the Knight of Cups, Lady Justice, 9 of Swords, and 9 of Pentacles. Okay, let's talk through this. So we have the Moon here, which can talk about fear, which makes sense because it's like you could be fearing the unknown as you move into this. Whoa, here we go. Fearing the unknown as you move into this new chapter. But what I'm seeing is, and I know we kind of talked about your career shift and what you wanted to do moving forward. Again, a little bit of anxiety here about what's, or just feeling uncomfortable, but you're just getting into your groove. The Knight of Cups, new opportunities coming. There could even be a new guy coming in for you as well. But Justice is saying like, this is going to feel, once you're in the groove and the dust settles from this Wheel of Fortune churning and changing, you're going to feel like this feels right. This definitely feels right. But another beautiful thing I see coming is there's going to be a lot more money coming your way. 9 of Pentacles into the 10, probably more money than you've ever made before, which is really great. Changes career and content, feels necessary, awkward, unsettling for a bit. Yes, but there is a huge potential here for you to really start setting yourself up beautifully in regard to your finances here. The 9 of Pentacles says you're doing it all on your own back too, which is awesome. Let me see what else we have, and I'm going to get some oracle for you as well. Sun and the, oh girl, you are going to be talking your ear off. Sun in Capricorn in the 3rd house. You are going to be speaking in a very professional, which that's going to be part of your job, right? For the moment where you have to talk to, passengers and people you're dealing with, it's like, here are the rules. This is the thing. Capricorn is this is very matter of fact. This is very business, and this is how we do things. And so this makes a lot of sense. speaking very articulately, speaking in a very matter-of-fact business way, in a very professional way is what's coming off here. So that's awesome. But not only that, but with your content creation too. Like you come off in a very articulate, like, I mean what I say, I say what I mean type of way, you know? And also in a way that I feel like you're also a good educator in that way too. Like when I've looked at any of your YouTube stuff, it's like it all flows. It all makes good sense here. Spirit, let's show more messages for, this is a good deck to pull from. Spirit, show me messages for Kendra. What else should Kendra be focusing on? What other messages do we have here? Come on, professionalism. I love that. Let's see. Awaken the magic of your creativity. Immerse yourself in the world of feelings. Nature is calling you. It wants you to touch, fulfill, and protect you with its healing powers. We also have to conform is to die inside. Be brave and be yourself. You don't want to be like anybody else. You just want to be Kendra. Let's see what else we have here. I haven't pulled from this one in a while. This is a fun reading. Spirit, what else do we have for Kendra? Hell yeah. I said spirit, my phone thinks I'm talking to it. I'm like, hell no. Father healing. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to spirit. We have soulmate relationship. New romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now. So I do feel like we have that Knight of Cups. There could be someone coming in with a love offer. I feel like that could happen. I feel like that could happen by like fall time. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you could be dating someone by like the end of fall, I'm feeling. We have rest. You've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. Yeah, don't burn yourself out here, girl. But yeah, you got a lot of beautiful changes, and I think once the changes kind of start falling into place and you're in the flow, you're gonna be like, you know what, Lady Justice, like I can breathe, like this actually feels right. This feels good. I'm on the right track here. Because I feel like even though you felt like maybe you weren't on the right track with what you were doing before, all of that was part of your journey. All of that was part of your adventure, and none of that was time wasted. So know that. You know what I mean? I'm in training. I'm trying to get make sure you're getting your sleep, and yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and I think that's it. I'm going to start wrapping it up because I think I'm at an hour. I will be back on tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow after. Yes, I remember. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I got you. Last call, guys. You sure can. Willow John. I know. His sister ran into the closet and he's like, where the hell is she? Newbie! How are you, BB? How's it going? Yep, I'll be on tomorrow afternoon. I'll put the timestamp up probably tonight for it. I thought I had a water in here, but I don't think. Awesome. Thanks. Thanks, Newbie. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. And I don't know why. I'm trying to take these supplements to help me sleep, and I need to get better sleep. Anyway. Kendra. go ahead and post, babe. Okay, so I am in training. I find myself being more introverted and it feels intuitively led because all the people and stuff. Does Spirit have anything to say about this? And if it's just protection? Okay, good question. Let's see, babe. Let's see what's going on. All right, Spirit, show me why is... Tell us about Kendra feeling more introverted and being intuitively led. Like, what can you tell us about this? The Three of Wands. You really want this. And I think it's more so like nose to the grindstone. Like, I really want to do this. I want this badly. And I'm going to study and I'm not going to get involved with other people or let anyone else mess this up for me. So, wow, Four of Wands. I think that you're enjoying yourself and I think you're in your element. And you're not ready to, I also feel like you kind of want to suss out what the other people are like before you kind of jump into any type of, friendships or acquaintances and stuff like that. And that's definitely not a bad thing. We have the Hierophant here. We have the Ten of Swords again. Three of Pentacles again. Six of Wands and Ace of Wands. Great. And then we have Knight of Swords. You don't want to rush in, which is what the Knight of Swords does. You are this is really interesting. Yeah. So it's like, hold on, I need to trust my gut here before I start communicating with someone and showing people what I'm all about here. And that's actually, I feel like it is intuitively led here with the Hierophant. I feel like your spiritual team is leading you to do that. And I see this bringing you to victory because you can observe how the other people, their work, and you can say like, oh my God, like Sally is a really good worker and I probably would want to work with her. Do you know what I'm saying? So like Three of Pentacles, like, yeah, I would want to work a shift with this person, or this person is a hot mess and I want to stay away from them and they're like coming to training hungover. And this is like, they definitely don't want to be hanging out with this person. But that's going to bring you to victory because you can also, like, if you wanted to study or collaborate with somebody, people want to collaborate with you because you're showing up, like I said, with that previous, the Sun in Capricorn, you're showing up in a very professional way. And other people are going to be like, yeah, I want to work with Kendra because Kendra is showing up you're holding yourself to a very, very mature, very professional, very well respected. I'm really loving this energy. And you're kind of leaving, the other thing I don't see here is any cups. You're kind of leaving any emotional stuff at the door, which is really good in business. Yeah. See who you vibe with, and you are making good decisions. This is going to lead you to victory, and absolutely is intuitively led by Spirit, by your guides here. But I think just, wow. I mean, Three of Wands, Four of Wands, Six of Wands. This is gorgeous energy. Like, I just think this is something that's really meant for you. This could be like your niche, like your thing. I'm shook by the cards. I thought people would see me as no. And you know what? Even if, like, in training, even if someone thought you were cold, like, who cares? You're not going to, how long are you going to be around these people? That's the other thing. And some of these people probably aren't going to make it. Some of these people aren't going to stick around. They may go somewhere else. And you're going to be, traveling the world and meeting all kinds of people. And so you are doing this for you. Yeah. Let me see. I don't know. I don't think you're coming off rude. I think you're coming off as, I'm actually seeing you coming off as friendly and professional. Right. Yeah, no, girl, I hear that. What else? You know what's really funny about that though? Okay, so I, um, my other job, when I first started, which I can't even believe I've been there that long at this point. When I first started, I was very much like that. And I was like, I don't want any friends and blah, blah, blah. And then this one person wanted to be my friend. And I was like, look, I can't, I've been burned so many times. And I was like, I can't, right? And this was like my dream job of a lifetime. I was like, I can't, blah, 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 whatever. And then, years go by and I end up being like, we were very, 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 very close friends with one of my colleagues, which is really funny because it didn't start out that way. So you never know what can happen. Just be open. Spirit is going to lead you to the right people. You said there's already drama here, and I'm like, brah, there's always drama. I'm not going to have some fool mess. Exactly. So I'm going to grab some more. I'm going to grab some advice cards for you, Spirit. What else do you want to tell Kendra along the way during this training experience? Oh, let me see what the astro dice. So we have, Venus in the 8th house. Ain't nobody messing up my money. Taking care of your finances. The 8th house rules sex, taxes, and other people's money. And you're like, look, ain't nobody messing this up for me. Cancer, I'm taking care of business over here. Spirit, show me what other advice you have for Kendra along the way here. We have calmness, which you've probably been, you have been through this process. The inner divine is the witness of all, remaining still and even quiet during intense turbulence. So take a deep breath and then say, quiet my mind, Spirit. May your peaceful calm take over. We also have impatience. My life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. So keep that in mind. If there is a delay or there is a change, like, it's all divine intervention. And then we have, travel. That's awesome. Let every aspect of this trip, and I feel like this is, in general, I feel like this is like your journey through this whole travel industry situation. Let every aspect of this trip unfold in harmony. May divine order arrange and handle every detail. I'll be guided easily and follow the leads as they are shown. And then other advice for our Kendra. A guy got an attitude with me because he didn't want it. What? That's weird. People are weird. Right, yeah, I think that's a great omen. What else do we have? Dream, build castles in the sky. Peace, harmony, and I think you're going to feel a lot of contentment with this job. And then we have flow. See where it takes you. So not every day is going to be perfect with, this impatience thing. It's like, I want to move things along, or I wish I was here, or and it's like, it's all part of the process of building you're building your dream here. You're building the dream every single day. All you have to do is show up. So I'm going to leave that with you. And Spirit's blessing. I love it. He wanted to sit next to some. Oh, well. Kendra, thank you so much. Yes, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much, and have a good night, y'all. Bye. Oh. We can do one more. We can do one more. No, I just want to go grab my water. Go ahead and post. I'm gonna go grab a drink, and I want to get Ember. Oh, good, Ember's out of there. Thank God. I'm not gonna have to wrestle with her. Let me put this candle stuff away because I probably won't be able to make that until tomorrow. Give me just a moment. I want to get a drink. A little drinky, which AKA means sparkling water. Hi, little John. Are you a beautiful boy? Are you a beautiful angel kitten? Oh my goodness. I've got 6 centimeters of your food down there. Hi, Beep. You're cute, honey Beep. Hi. These cats run my life. All right, cool. Let me know your question. Do 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 do. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right. Hold on 1 second. I'm waiting for it to pop in. Beauty pull. Knight of Wands popped out. Spirit, show me the energy. Who is this knight? 6 of Swords. I feel like you could meet this guy while you're traveling. Could be a fire sign, could be a water sign. Spirit, show me the energy page. Okay, hold on. I'm going to just sit here for a second. Spirit, show me who is this Knight of Cups? Who is this Knight of Cups coming towards Kendra? I don't know that this has ever happened. I don't want to say ever. Do you remember when I did a reading for you and they showed me what this guy looks like? They're showing me the same guy. They're showing me the same freaking guy. And I recognize him. And I do a lot of readings. That's weird. No, it's not weird. It's just confirmation. I'm picking up on the same energy from that same guy. So I don't know what I said about him before, but that's what I'm picking up on. Hi, baby. Willow's chirping. Hi, baby. I know, honey. Four of Wands. You're meeting them while you are in your element. It's still a little ways off here with the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Cups. So I think that this person has, when you meet them, I think prior to that, they're kind of coming out of they may have been in like a longer term relationship with someone. And I think that they may have been like single for a while and they were like, yeah, I don't really know that I want to like, date again or do this again. And Page of Swords, like you guys suddenly strike up a conversation and they're like, whoa, Kendra is way more than like I thought. There's something about the mental connection and the banter here where you guys are just like vibing, and it's a very like warm and enjoyable energy where you just want to explore and explore more. I definitely feel like this person is also open to traveling, and they may be just a traveler in general, which is like how you could meet them. And the Strength card, we have Leo energy here. And the Two of Pentacles, like this is an unexpected, it's not like you're not on a dating app. You're not like, this is like a fateful, sorry, my children are playing. This is like a fateful, you're just in your element doing your thing. And it's an unexpected romance. And I think it will grow over time. This isn't something that you guys are going to like rush into. I think this is something that could build and be a nice relationship over time, especially if you are in different places, right? Or you're like, you're traveling for your work or whatever it is that you guys are doing. But the Four of Wands, it's like maybe you guys are both in the same like home city, which would actually be really nice. And the Seven of Cups. There may be someone else that kind of pops in prior to that. That's kind of annoying. And I almost feel like he's in a place where he's like, I'm not interested in dating. And so like, here he is, like his head down, and you're like, man, I'm really annoyed with men. And then it's like, you guys strike up this conversation. It's like, oh, who is that? That's kind of what I'm picking up on. I don't think that you're going to be impressed by this other person that comes in before him. But let's see what else. Yeah, we have Neptune. Love this. Neptune in the 9th house, and Pisces. It's going to feel like a dream. A dream within a dream. Neptune and Pisces. But yeah, in the 9th house of long distance travel, you guys could meet on a long flight. You could meet, at an airport or a hotel or city, or like something where you guys are in the process of traveling a long distance. We're both going to be annoyed, but yes. And then you guys start talking and you're like, oh my God, this person makes sense to me. And then you just start vibing. And then you decide like, I wasn't planning on this, but I think I'll give it a shot. That's how I see this playing out. I don't know if that answers the question. Who's that Knight of Cups? That's what I got. My career is my partner. All right, baby. I'm going to let you go, and I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon. And have a good one. A good one. Good night. Bye. Whew.